And so here we are on this beautiful day, connecting to the earth, face down, and just really acknowledging the earth beneath you. Noticing how the belly presses into the earth. Noticing how the back body rises when you breathe in. Notice that lift, that expansion, perhaps suspend the breath for a moment. And then just allow the breath to release, perhaps through the mouth with a gentle whisper, a sigh, a sense of surrender. And just take a few more rounds of nourishing and cleansing conscious breaths in. And perhaps with the option to open the mouth and release. Relaxing the whole body. Stilling the mind from any habitual thought patterns. Knowing that you can come back to those thoughts at any point after your practice, if need be. And just noticing the stillness physically. And that gentle involuntary movement as you breathe in and out. You might wish to set a sankalpa, an intention for your practice, your day. Let it flow through you. Notice it. Be one with it. And if the head is turned to one side, just go ahead and turn the head in the opposite direction and just notice the neck. Noticing the rotation on this side, it might feel a little different, or you might have the forehead on the back of the hand. Just taking 5 more rounds of breath here. Really anchoring your intention into the earth, into that fertile soil of the earth. We're in the depth of winter, although we are coming out of it, although it does seem to be getting a little bit colder. Just notice physically the sensations in your body and just allow yourself to move with conscious awareness of what's going on in your body. And you've completed 5 rounds of breath. Just gently lift the head. So you can come back to center. You can blink the eyes open. We're going to slide the elbows underneath the shoulders so forearms are on the earth. And then just begin to lift the feet. And then just rotate the ankles, coming into a really nice gentle back bend. Just moving the feet, point flex, move toes. Just getting the joints moving. You might then start to move the knees. So you're circling a little through the knees. Bring them side to side, noticing a little rotation through the spine. And then we're just going to keep them lifted. Lift the chin towards the ceiling. Flex the feet, inhale. Imagine you're drawing your elbows towards your ribs and ribs towards your hips. So you're lengthening that side waist, lengthening the front of the body, compressing a little through the lower. And then as you exhale the breath, point the toes, draw the chin to the chest. And then again, inhaling, flex feet, chin lifts towards ceiling, elbows pull towards hips. And then as you exhale, you're pressing the forearms, pointing toes, chin towards the throat. Keep the toes pointed, and then just lift the chin, inhale. If you want to come a little higher, you can gently press into the hands, lift the elbows off the earth. Just noticing that spine, that lower lumbar region. Open throat, open heart, open mind. And then exhaling, lowering belly, forearms to the earth. Begin to slide your hands under your shoulders. Just press gently back, curl your toes under. We're going to come to puppy pose, reaching the arms forward. So hips are in line with the knees. Allow the heart to melt. So getting more into the upper chest area now. Noticing that arcing through the spine, the breath that moves through you. You might rise onto your fingertips, lifting the palms. Just allowing that heart to melt on the exhalation. Just take 3 more rounds of breath, inhaling. Just feel the exhalation, heart connecting towards the earth. Soft, gentle breath in, noticing the side ribs, a slight lift. As you exhale, there's that release, that sense of surrender. Just allow for 1 more. And then slowly walk your fingers towards your knees. So stay on the fingertips, just strengthening through the fingers. See if you can actually kind of lift a hand as you do that. Notice if the fingers have that strength. Keep the toes curled under. Walk the hands up the thighs. And then just sit on the heels. Notice how that feels. And then just roll the shoulders up, back, and down. So just take some circles. It's too strong on the toes, you know that you can come forward or lift the hips off the heels at any point. And then roll the shoulders in the opposite direction, moving. And then we'll just reach the hands out in front, just rotate through the wrists, the fingers, moving them a little, point, flex those hands. So just any movement there through the hands, the wrists. And then turn the palms to face up, bring fingers to shoulders, and then stretch them out. So just bending into those elbow joints. And then bring the hands to the shoulders, bring the elbows out wide, and just take some circles with those elbows. See if you can get them to touch in front. And then rotating after a few cycles in that opposite direction. Still keeping those toes curled under, still getting a nice opening through the soles of the feet. And we're going to release the arms out wide as you do. Just release the hips off the knees, hips off the heels. And then untuck your toes. Just come to gently sit down, bring your fingertips behind you. Just lift the chest, maybe even lift the hips off the heels if that's not too strong this morning. Really hug the upper arm bones in towards one another, maybe even noticing right behind the heart, maybe even feeling the triceps, bicep area opening. Maybe let the head hang back gently. And as you exhale, hips move towards the heels. Walk the hands to a tabletop position. And then just curl the toes under, lift the knees, come to downward facing dog. So let there be a little pedal out through the feet, little left, right. Keeping the hands anchored. You might have a look at the hands, see how they've positioned themselves. Maybe little index fingers facing forward a little more. And then just begin to take a little flow forward and back. So we're coming to plank and then down dog. So just gently forward and back. You might want to bend the knees and then take a little ripple forward. You might even want to bend the knees and take some of those little down dog circles, plank circles. If you're taking that, just reverse that. And then we'll meet in downward facing dog. We're going to walk our hands towards our feet. So just come to a ragdoll, separate feet hip distance. Grab a hold of wrists or elbows, or just let the arms dangle. Let the whole body dangle forward, swinging through, forward, back, side to side, shake, nod the head. Maybe you release some sound, some sighs, some lion's breaths. Actually, tomorrow is the 8th of the 8th, which is Lion's Gate Portal. So we'll be honouring that Leo the lion, that time of the month where the energy is quite strong. Release the hands to the lower back, interlock them. And then just see what the shoulders, or how the shoulders are feeling this morning. You can keep the hands to the lower back, or you can start to lift them higher, noticing the hamstrings also as the feet connect to the earth. Maybe a little shift of the weight forward and back. Maybe spread the toes a little bit wider as you shift back. That way you get more of a support. Maybe a little side to side movement, noticing the hips, maybe bringing the forehead, the outside of one knee, the arms moving the opposite direction. And then we'll start to find our way up. So rise up Inhaling with a flat back. Keep the hands interlaced. Take a little back bend here. And then when you're ready, just come to Tadasana, releasing the hands beside you. Just feeling the flow of energy in your body. It's from those gentle, subtle movements. With your eyes closed, just see if you can toe heel your feet to a more comfortable position, maybe big toe mounds touching, so we can just prepare for some flowing movements, some Surya Namaskar, sun salutes. Bring the eyes open as you inhale, circle the arms, reach them high. As you exhale, bring the hands through the center of the body, take a little fold forward. Halfway lift is your in-breath. If the hands don't want to reach the floor, bring them to the shins. And exhale, fold. We're just going to rise up again, so we'll take some half salutes. Inhale, reach and rise. Press palms, lift up. Take a little gentle back bend. Once again, bring the hands through the center of the body. Take a forward fold with control. Belly zips in. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. Nice flat back, shoulders pull back. Use your exhalation to maybe come a little deeper, forehead to the shins. We'll rise up again. Inhaling that reverse swan dive, pressing palms, lifting, lengthening spine, then leaning. Exhaling, hands come through as you fold back down. Half lift, inhale. We're going to step the left foot back, lower the left knee down, keep the toes curled under, reach the arms forward, up and back. Just taking a few rounds of breath here in Anjali Asana. Reach through the fingertips, palms face one another. And begin to maybe lengthen and lean back a little from there. Breathing in, breathing out. Take one more breath. And as you exhale, release the hands, lift the back knee. Step back, down dog. Try not to drag that right foot, lift it. Take a flow, bend knees, rippling forward, come to plank. Come to your low plank, lowering knees, or if you're feeling you want to stay with the straight leg option straight away, go for it. Cobra, inhale, pull the shoulders back, elbows hug in. As you exhale, fall to the earth. Bring your fingertips off the mat, lift your elbows. Inhale, press, lift, rise. Keep the tops of the feet connecting. Lifting that chin, and then as you exhale, belly, chest, and then the forehead comes to the earth. And then rise up again, chin to the throat, lift, reach. Notice the spine as it unfolds. Exhaling as you take it down. You're on the fingertips. One more time, inhale as you lift. Exhale as you take it down. Bring the hands gently under the shoulders, press to hands and knees. Coming back through to downward facing dog. Find that solid support. Take 3 deep breaths. Option, use that lion's breath as you lift the heels. And really honoring that lion, that lion's roar. Cough anything out if you need. And then bend the knees, inhale, look forward. You're going to walk, step, or take a little float by jumping to the top of your mat. Big toe mounds touching, half lift, inhale. Forward fold, exhale. Circle the arms, sweep them out, widen up, so reverse swan dive. Press palms, lift up, lean on back. Take it straight back down to the earth. We're building a little heat. Half lift, inhale, Ardha. As you exhale, step your right foot back, lower your knee. Real conscious as you lower, reaching forward, up, and then back. Lengthen through the spine, front heel, back knee zip into midline. Then you can take it into that back bend. Shine the fingertips up to the ceiling, begin to reach them back. 3 deep breaths in. And out, really focusing on each breath. Ujjayi breath, constricting the glottis might be that option there for you. Maybe there's one more. As you exhale, release the hands, lift the back knee, lift the foot as you step back so you don't want to hear that dragging sound on your mat. Flow, inhale, plank. Shoulders in line with fingertips. If you're tackling chaturanga, bend elbows. You can suspend off the earth and come to an up dog this time. Exhaling, taking it back, downward facing dog. Take 3 deep breaths, spreading the fingers wide, maybe those heels lift. What are you clearing, releasing, let it go. 2 more breaths. Try to soften the space between the eyebrows. 1 more breath. You're going to lift that right foot. You might want to step slightly in a little. Right leg floats, inhale. And as you exhale, curl the knee into the nose, dome round through the upper part of the back. Inhale, flex the foot, reaching the heel high, 2 hands connect. As you exhale, lift the shin high, point the toes, heel to buttocks, dome through the upper back. Do that one more time. Inhale, lift. And exhale, round, lift as high as you can. And then we're going to land the foot towards the right thumb real quietly or guide it forward. Right arm lifts, left arm stays down. Hug the right knee in towards the left elbow. Just feel that rotation through the spine, maybe a little bend through that top elbow. Taking the length through the spine so crown pulls forward, belly draws in. Nice, one more breath. And then release that hand down. We're going to lift the left arm, stay on the ball of the back foot as best you can. Reach through those fingers. This might require a little bit more stability. Beautiful. Release that hand down and then sweep the arms back. So we'll lift the heart forward, then sweep back to come to arrowhead. So body's on a diagonal. Reach through the fingertips, shoulders pull back, belly draws in. As you inhale, come to high lunge. Reach the arms up. As you exhale, take a twist to the right, bend the elbows, hover the back knee off the earth. Rotate a little bit more through the chest and then maybe release the arms, palms face up. Maybe start to straighten the back leg. Nice. Inhale, come back through center. Stay on the ball of the back foot, open out to the left. So it's not quite a warrior two position. We're still in a lunge, just an open belly twist. Breathing in. Breathing out. As you inhale, reach both arms up. As you exhale, release the knee to the earth. Bring the hands behind you, interlace them. Inhale, climb up through the spine. Just take a few rounds of breath here. Softening shoulders back and down. And then move the arms over to the left, turn the chin to the right as if you're gazing behind you. Notice the neck, side of the neck. Really bringing that chin towards the shoulder. And then come back to center, try the other side. One side will feel a little different than the other. And then come back through center, free the arms, reach them forward, up and back. As you exhale, hands to the earth, lift the back knee, straighten the front knee and lift your front toes. So you're in a bit of a pyramid shape. Grab any blocks if you need to. And then imagine you want to drag your heel to the back of the mat, forehead moving towards your shin, finding that pyramid pose. Take 3 more rounds of breath, really pulling that heel back. So really feeling in the back of your right thigh. Breathing in and out, not forgetting that ujjayi breath. Sometimes we hold the breath, lose focus. When you've completed 3 breaths, we're going to walk the hands around to the right. So you might want to actually slide the right heel in a little. You're going to walk the hands to the right and then come onto the outer blades of the feet. So your right leg is crossed in front of your left. And then we're just going to hold here, getting into the iliotibial band, that IT band. Slide the feet in as much as you need just to be comfortable here. Lift the heart forward, notice how that feels. You might need blocks under the hands. And then from here, we're going to sit on the floor. We should end up in Gomokasah, cow face pose. So begin to sit the hips. We've got that right knee over the left. We're going to take a little twist over to the right. So left forearm might come to the outside. So we're in that Gomokasah. You want 2 sit bones on the earth. If not, bring a block and sit on that block or straighten out that bottom leg. Turning the chin towards that right shoulder, noticing that rotation through the spine. The outer blades of the feet are on the earth, knees stacking, there shouldn't be any knee pain. And then just gently come back to center. Bring the hands to the front. We're just going to come back the way we came. And then come back to a forward fold to the left. Take a little sway through the hips, side to side, bend the knees. Get nice and deep into the inner thighs. And then walk the hands back around to the front of the mat. As you exhale, step back to low plank. Maybe keep that right leg lifted. Inhale, come to up dog or cobra. You might want to take a little chaturanga, then plank, then down dog if you're feeling the strength today. 3 deep breaths, inhale. Exhaling for 1. Clearing away anything that's not serving you for 2. Really letting go, being present. 3, maybe a slight step of the feet together on an empty breath, and then you can inhale, reach and float the left heel high, 2 hands connect to the earth. And then as you exhale, point the toes, draw the shin high, knee to nose, heel high. Take it really slow, breathe slow, inhale, lift, flex feet. As you exhale, zip the belly in, round dome through upper back, point toes. One more time, inhale, lift. I know we try and take this quickly, sometimes we want it to end, but just do it slowly. And then look at the left arm, see if you can land. So if you've got that dome through the upper back, it's easier to get that foot down. And then from here, we're just lifting the left arm up. Take that little rotation, opening through the spine. Press out through your back heel. Try not to spin the hips, but spin through the upper back. Maybe a slight bend in that top elbow. And then bring that hand down. Stay on fingertips or block, reaching through the left, right. And notice how that feels. Find that sense of balance. And then bring both hands down to the earth. Just pull the sternum forward, breath in. Arrowhead lunge, breath out. So it is a diagonal kind of shape. So you're in a lunge position with the legs, but imagine the crown pointing towards the corner of the ceiling and wall. And then inhale, reach and rise all the way up. Up a little bend in the elbow as you rotate to the left. Really strong through the legs, strong through the focus and concentration, the drishti. Maybe you free the arms, maybe you keep them as they are. Palms spin open, much kinder on the shoulders. And then inhale, reach and rise, come back to center. Stay on the ball of the back foot. Expand your wings to the, twisting the body to the right. That open belly twist. Try not to grip the floor with your front toes. And then inhale, reach and rise. As you exhale, release the knee down. Interlace the opposite index finger on top, opposite grip. Press, climb up through the spine. Notice those shoulders. You're not pulling or tugging. And then we're going to turn the chin to the right, move the chin to the left, arms to the right. See if you can keep the chin turning so you can feel something in the neck. You'll also feel into the front of your right hip, hip flexor, psoas. And then take it to the other side, arms to the left, chin to the right, gazing behind you. And then come back to center, free the arms, reach them high, inhale. As you exhale, hands to the earth, lift the back knee, shift the hips back, maybe slide that back foot in a little if you need, lift the front toes. And then you want something under the hands if they don't reach the floor, and you want to imagine that you're pulling the heel to the back of your mat. So that's just pulling the femur bone back into the pelvis, the acetabulum. Bringing the forehead towards the shin, breathing in and breathing out. Notice if you hold the breath, maybe back it off a little and then find a steady rhythm of breath. One more Ujjayi breath. Maybe empty and hold the breath out. You might need to slide that front heel in a little. We're going to walk the hands towards the left, roll onto the outer blades of the feet. We're just going to meet there and hold there. See if you can straighten out the legs. Maybe pull the chest forward like Ardha Uttanasana. You're just getting into the outer right, left thigh. You might feel it in a different area. And then just slowly start to bend knees, come to sit on the floor. You should land in Gomokasah. If not, grab any props, sit on them or straighten that bottom leg. We're taking a twist to the left. So left hand behind, right forearm to the outside of the thigh. Create length in breath. And then just rotating as you exhale. Just feel that squeeze through Mula Bandha, that pelvic floor lock, that lift, that zip in and up. And getting that little squeeze there, that lift of energy. Take 2 more breaths. And then we're just going to release and unravel to the front of the mat, bring the hands down. And then just slowly from that lunge position, take it back through a vinyasa. Maybe you keep that leg lifted. So take the flow in any way that you choose, or skip it at any point if you feel to. Down dog or child's pose, 3 breaths in. Exhaling forward. Hands rooting down, feet hip distance apart. For 2, take one more breath. And 3, bend knees, lift heels, inhale, look forward, step, walk or jump to the top of your mat, half lift in breath. Forward fold out breath. Bend knees, drop hips, we're coming to Utkatasana, chair pose, or also translated to fierce pose. Spin the palms to face up, soften shoulders. Squeeze the inner thighs, dip the belly in, and squeeze through Mula Bandha to really feel that squeeze through the perineum, that PC muscle between the anus and the genitals. 2 more breaths, lifting toes off the floor. 1 more breath. Beautiful. Straighten legs, press palms, inhale, lift up, lean on back. Exhale, take it through to the earth, Uttanasana. Half lift, inhale. On your exhalation, low plank, step or jump back, bending, landing with elbows bent. Inhale, up, dog or cobra. Exhale, down dog. Straight away, right leg lifts. As you exhale, knee to nose, step it straight on through. Reach the right arm up, inhale. As you exhale, bring that hand down. Left arm reaches in breath. Exhale, arm comes down. Inhale, pull the sternum forward. Exhale, arrowhead lunge. Inhale, float, reach arms high. Exhale, twist, hover the back knee to the right. Hold here for a breath in, maybe expand your wings. Hold as you breathe out. This time, reverse. Take the left arm up, right hand slides to the outer thigh towards the knee. Breathing in and out. 2 more breaths. Keep the bend in the front knee. Drop that right hip down, pull it back. 1 more breath. 2, inhale, reach that right arm high. As you exhale, open belly twist to the left. Stay on the ball of the back foot, inhale. Exhale for 1. Keep rotating the chest. For 2, strong back thigh, front thigh for 3. Inhale, reach the arms all the way up. Exhale, pop the knee down, release the hands, interlace. Climb up through the spine, inhale. Hold as you exhale, 3 deep breaths. If you want to move side to side, you can. If you want to stay centered, you can. Counting, breathing. 1 more breath. Free the arms and reach them high, inhale. As you exhale, release the hands to the earth. Lift the back knee, shift the hips back, drag that heel slightly back, and then pause. 3 rounds of breath, inhale. Forehead to the shin as you exhale for 1. Maybe a little lengthening through the spine. Flex the toes even more for 2. 1 more breath. 3. Drag that heel in a little and then walk the hands to the right. Swivel onto the outer blades of the feet and then come straight to Gomokasah. This time we're going to do the arms. So we're going to reach the left arm up. Bring a flat palm to the middle of the back. If you know that the shoulders are tight, you can just bring the right hand to the elbow and start to hinge forward. Otherwise, see if you can wrap that back hand or that right hand rather behind the back. So palm faces out on the right, palm faces down on the left. Pin the elbows back and then hinge from the hips. So try to avoid just pulling forward, pin back, and then take it from there. We'll hold it here. And again, if you need to be sitting on something or straightening that bottom leg, please go for it. Breathing in and out. Steady mind, steady breath, steady heartbeat. Three more breaths. Becoming a little deeper. Keep pinning those elbows back, pressing the back of the head into the upper arm. And just slowly rising up. Free the arms. We're going to bring those hands to the front of the mat. We're going to turn around to a wide leg forward fold. And then just inhale, lengthen onto the fingertips. And as you exhale, fold. Toes are facing the wall that you're facing. Inhale, maybe a slight pigeon toe of the feet. Exhale, fold. Take one more little half lift. And then exhale, fold. Walk the hands through the legs. Bend the elbows, pull yourself through. So fingers are facing in the opposite direction to your toes today. Just bend and pulling through, imagining the hairline coming to the earth. And if it naturally does, shorten the stance, lift the arches of the feet. And just imagine the two heels, inner thighs and ankles pulling into the midline so they're not pulling away from one another. So we're getting that strength through those inner thighs and then that squeeze through Mula Bandha. Take one more breath. Empty it, hold it out, see how far you've come. And then walk the fingers underneath the shoulders, Adha, half lift here. Exhale, keep the chest where it is, hands to hips, squeeze the elbows, rise all the way up. We're going to turn the right toes forward, expand your wings, warrior two. Take a little surf here, bend, straighten the front knee, and then just land beautifully in your warrior with your shoulders over your hips without that lean forward. So just maybe kind of move those ribs around a little, loosen them up, and then just landing. We're going to turn the palms up. Little softness in those elbows. And then just keep the knee opening gently out to the little toe side, lifting the arch of the back foot. Take 3 more breaths. Steady eye gaze, drishti forward to your palm or middle front finger. Nice. And then just reverse your warrior, lifting the right arm up, left hand down. And then as you exhale, left arm down, right arm up. Roll on the outer blades of both feet and then sink the hips to the earth, reach the arm back. And as you inhale, lift the hips, reach the arm forward. And as you exhale, sink the hips, really flex the toes, particularly those back ones. Inhale, lift and reach. Exhale, lower. And then inhale, lift. And then we're going to hold with the hips hovering off the earth, pulling your left toes, those back toes, towards you. Let the hips sink, so really getting into that side waist, outer thigh, and maybe that right buttock. Beautiful. Lift the hips, inhale. We're going to lift the right foot, see if we can step it behind. Just come to a wild thing, reaching the arm forward, creating that beautiful little back bend, solid support through your left hand. Let the head release, the neck release. And then slowly right hand comes down. We'll take that 3-legged dog on your in-breath. As you exhale, stepping that right foot forward, followed by your left. Take a little half lift on your in-breath. Forward fold, out breath. As you inhale, circle sweep, reach the arms high. As you exhale, bring your right arm underneath your left. You can bring the hands to the shoulders or you can wrap the arms. We're going to bend knees, sink hips. We're going to stand on the right leg, lift the left knee in towards the base of the elbows. And then cross the left thigh over the right. Maybe toes touch the floor for support. Maybe you stay balanced or maybe you wrap your toes as we come to Garudasana. Pull the left hip back, right hip slightly forward. Sink a little deeper, really squeezing as we sink down. Imagine that your spine is sliding down the wall behind you, so get a little lift rather than a lean forward. And then again, getting into Muladhara chakra, so really feeling that base connection, that little squeeze. Nice, slowly release, lift the knee back into the base of the elbows. Real steady, release the arms, stay balanced, Virabhadrasana. 3, so warrior 3, balance, reach the fingers, pull the sternum forward, and then lower the toes down, lower the knee down, float the arms, reach them high, breath in. And as you exhale, sweep the arms behind you, straighten the front leg, lift the toes, stay here. You can just reach the arms back or start to reach them up, stay balanced. You stay on the ball of the back foot, it will keep you balanced. If you need, just bring the fingertips down behind you. Breathing in and out, flexing toes a lot, imagining you're dragging that back heel to the earth, out to the hip, to the wall behind you. 1 more breath. And then bend the front knee, inhale, reach the arms forward and up. As you exhale, take a twist to the right, left elbow, right knee, draw belly in, rotate, lift knee if you choose. Also strong standing poses today. Dropping the hip, pulling it back, maybe expanding your wings or coming to a bind. The shoulders should be nice and open. Work them. 2 more breaths. 1 more breath. Bring the palms together, high lunge, inhale, knee off the floor. And then taking it through Vinyasa, try not to drag that right foot, take a little flow, you can take a chin stand. And then maybe down dog, or it might be quite nice just to pause in a child's pose, just to come back to the earth, to come back to that sense of feeling. The body, the mind, the soul are not separate, they are one. So just take this moment to tune back in, maybe palms face up. Just allow yourself to be open, to receive, to feel, to acknowledge. 3 more breaths. With conscious awareness, when you complete those breaths, downward facing dog, so palms will face down, rising to hands and knees, toes curl under, lift hips, downward dog. Just finding that home base, spreading fingers wide, heel of the hands connecting, middle fingers facing forward, or for some of us it might be the index fingers, so just noticing what feels most comfortable for your anatomy. And then a slight step of the feet together if you choose, so you can lift the left heel towards the ceiling. We're drawing the knee to the nose, doming through the upper part of the back, get that lift round, and then quietly step to the left thumb. Left arm reaches, inhale real slow from a bent elbow to a straight arm. Then as you exhale, hand comes down to the earth, gaze comes down. Inhale, right arm reaches, still on the ball of the back foot. Exhale, hand to the earth. Inhale, pull the sternum forward. Exhale, sweep the arms back. Find that arrowhead lunge. Inhale, float, reach and rise. As you exhale, lower the knee to the earth. Inhale, float, reach the arms. As you exhale, lift the back knee, straighten the front knee, lift the toes, pull the heel back, drawing the belly in, folding forehead to shin, 3 deep breaths, inhale. Exhale for 1. For 2, keeping the hips centered, so right hip slightly forward, left hip back. 1 more breath. Empty the breath completely before breathing in again. That's where the magic happens. And then we're spinning around towards the left. If you need to draw the heel in a little, bring it in. Walk the hands to the left. Roll onto the outer blades of the feet. Gently come to sit on the earth. Gomokasah, knees stacking, outer blades of the feet on the earth. Arms reach. And then bring that right hand to the middle of the back. Left hand can come on top, or the left hand is wrapping behind you, maybe finding that monkey grip. Pinning the elbows back, or a strap also, which I didn't mention on the first side. And just let yourself gently come further and further forward, not by pulling and rounding, but by pinning the elbows back and just leaning. That way you're getting into the glutes, the shoulders. Keep the chin drawing forward, inhale. Surrendering, clearing, emptying, exhale. 3 more rounds of breath, counting them slowly on your own. Hearing your sound of Ujjayi, breath of victory. And you've completed your 3 rounds. Slowly use an in breath to come up. Release the arms. You might need to give them a little shake out. Just going to bring the hands to the front of the mat. We're going to release and come into a forward fold. So spinning around to the opposite side. So we're going to walk the hands over to the left foot, the one that's closest to the front of the mat, and just reach the right hand across to the ankle, and then maybe bring the other hand on top and just gently kind of pull yourself towards the left. And then you can stay there, or you can hold on with your right hand and lift the left arm up and add more of a little twist here. Or you can push and open the heart forward. So whatever you're feeling the body's requiring, but just more of a lean towards that left. And if you do to reach that left arm up, bring it down, walk the hands to center, take a little half lift in between. And then exhale. And then walk the hands over to the right foot, which is the one to the back of the mat. Bring the left hand to the outer ankle as best you can. Right hand to the ankle as well. Just gently pull yourself across a little. And then choose whether you're going to stay here or whether you want to reach the right arm up. So just match what you did on the first side. You can get a lift to rotate You can pull through. Sometimes the hips want to spin a little, that's okay. Just shift the weight a little forward back as well. Sometimes we get a very different sensation when we shift forward or back, depending on how we often take this one. And then if the arm's lifted, bring it back down, walk the hands to center, half lift, inhale, keep that length through the spine, exhale, hands to hips, squeezing the elbows behind you, squeeze behind the heart, then rise on up with control in breath. Take a little back bend, just supporting that lumbar lower back, opening the throat, the heart, just let yourself hang here for a few more breaths, opening the front of the thighs, hips, particularly if you're doing a lot of sitting. And then slowly come through center, turn left toes forward, Virabhadrasana 2, bend, straighten front knee, make the adjustment with the back foot, and just land with your palms facing up, just to really open through the chest. Keep the belly zipping in, tailbone lengthening down so there's not this flare of those lower floating ribs. And then shoulders in line with hips, so sometimes we lean forward. So I like to kind of move that upper body, kind of free it up a little. And then just land, gaze forward. Open the knee a little towards the pinky toe, that's the front knee. And then lift the arch of the back foot. And then just feel that sense of ease, that sense of sthira and sukha, finding stability, ease, strength. Take one more breath. Beautiful. From here we reverse our warrior. Now you can slide forward to get the length through the spine. Left arm reaches. Right hand can slide down the thigh or keep it lifted. And then as you exhale, it's a windmill of the arms. Left hand comes up, right hand down. Roll into the outer blades of the feet. And then let the hips sink down as the arm reaches back. And then as you inhale, lift and reach. And as you exhale, sink, feel into the glutes. We got this into this glute anyway with Gomokasah, so really getting into the buttocks. Beautiful. Next time the hips come down, you're hovering to the earth, reaching the arms, drawing the back toes towards you, straightening that leg, maybe rolling a little more onto the outer blade of that front leg. Beautiful. And then just lift the hips, reach the arm up, shift your weight to the outer blade of your back foot so you can lift the left and step back. And just open into wild thing, reaching that left hand, pressing the right hand firmly, balancing on your left toes. And then slowly come back the way you came, either through a flow with a lift or a chin stand if you're building. And then we're going to meet in child's pose. You might wish to make a fist, two fists rather, one on top of the other, forehead there. Or you might want to bring the hands behind you and bring the forehead to the earth or a block and just gently roll side to side, stimulating Ajna chakra, third eye, intuition. Feeling the center of the brain. Just feeling yourself coming to stillness. So eventually from that roll, you'll just land, breathe, and just feel nothing to do, nowhere to go. Just you, your body, your breath. Just what all this time is about, really tuning into ourselves, forgetting about this mind-made world, this illusionary Maya. 3 more breaths. And then reaching the hands forward, rise to hands and knees, inhale. Curl toes, lift knees, down dog, exhale. Bend knees, lift hips, inhale, look forward. Exhale, step, walk, jump, top of the mat. Half lift, Ardha. Exhale. Circle, sweep the arms, reach them, high breath. Bring your left arm underneath your right, hands to shoulders, or find that eagle wrap. Bend knees, drop the hips. Stay low in that chair, and then lift the right knee, so stay on your left foot. Wrap the thigh directly on top of the left, maybe stay on the toe just to balance. Maybe lift, maybe wrap it. Once you get the wrap, sometimes we twist to get the wrap, pull the right hip back, left hip forward, sink the hips. This is a really good grounding pose. Imagine you're sliding down the wall behind you, so lengthen, Sink a little deeper. Stay steady with your eye gaze for 2 more breaths. And very slowly draw the knee back into the base of the elbows. As you free the arms, they come out behind you. Extend the leg back. Virabhadrasana 3, Warrior 3. Feel that strength, that length. Beautiful. Bend knee, lower toes, lower knee. Sweep the arms up in. And as you exhale, release the hands behind you. Straighten that front leg. Lift the toes. Ardha Hunumon. Keep the heart pulling forward, squeezing behind the heart if the arms are lifted. And just folding deeper from there. If the hands need to come down for support, you can bring them behind you. They're light on the fingertips. Breathing in. And 2 more breaths. 1 more breath. Bring the hands to either side of the front foot. Just bend the knee. And just straighten that knee. And then we're just going to step on back, down dog. Take a flow if you wish. We're going to see if we can jump through to seated. If not, just kind of tiptoe there across your legs. If you want to try that jump through, you're bending knees. See if you can jump on through. I'm just going to spin around, but we're going to take a forward fold. So shift the hips back, reach the arms up. Actually, maybe I'll stay this way, you can see the spine. So shuffle hips back, sit up on something, and then just draw the belly in, lengthen that tailbone down, find length. You can bend the knees if you need, but hinge forward from the hips, reach forward, forward, forward. And just taking that beautiful fold over the legs. Pashvokonasana, heart lengthening forward. Breathing in, breathing out. And if you've got the openness, you can bring a block in front of the feet, or you can grab a hold of a wrist. Then you want to flex the feet, so you're pulling the outer blades of the feet back. Keep the spine long. Take 3 more breaths. And just allow yourself to slowly roll up. Slide the fingers along the floor beside your shins, towards your knees. And then all the way back behind you. Keep your fingers facing forward. Reverse plank is where we're heading, or reverse tabletop. Reverse tabletop, your bend knees, lift hips. Come into this variation. Reverse plank, point toes, and lift and squeeze. Squeeze through those upper arm bones. If the legs are straight, point the toes, bring them towards the earth. So you're squeezing the buttocks, really lifting, opening chest, shoulders, maybe the head gently comes back. Hold for 3 more breaths. Spread fingers wide. Press through the little, the index fingers and thumbs. I've lost count. We'll release the hips. You might still be counting. Come down when you've completed 3. Just come to Dandasana, hands beside the hips, flex feet, pause. Might want to shuffle hips if you didn't land where you'd like to, and then just be in the stillness. Feel the vibration within you, that vibrancy, that prana flowing through you, that life force energy. Noticing this heat, this fire burning away, any samskaras, mind-made concepts, constructs. And as you blink the eyes open, we're going to come to lay down. So maybe press the hands into the floor so you can come forward. And then just control the descent using a little core strength, not too much core stuff today. And then just release the hands beside you, bring the feet in. And then taking a bridge pose. So reach the hands forward, reaching for the heels, feet hip distance, and then a squeeze of the hips towards the ceiling. A walk of the shoulders down towards the heels and in towards one another. And then the option to interlace hands, the option to keep them pressing, or the option to take a supported bridge pose by bringing a block underneath you, or sometimes it feels nice just to use the hands. And then try to bring the chin off the chest, and then bring the chest to the chin so you get more into the back bend. Find the two inner thighs and bring them in towards one another so the feet aren't splaying. And then hold for 5 more rounds of breath. Slow, steady, focusing on the center of the eyebrows, center of the brain. So count your 5 rounds of breath. The hands are interlaced, just bring them away from you. And then just a slow release of the hips to the earth. And press the back of the head into the earth, lift the shoulder blades up towards the front of the mat just to get a nice neutral spine. Toe your feet wider, drop your knees in and just let the spine settle. And then feet are wide, just separate the knees now. And then draw the knees to your armpits, bring your hands to either knee. And then just add a little circle here. So bring the knees wide, in, out, and around. Into those hips. Do both sides, both directions. And then you can extend the legs towards the ceiling. You can stay, you can sit on the hands and just let the legs strip up or sit on a block. You can grab the ankles or outer blades of feet, bend knees, happy baby with a little rock, maybe a movement through the legs. Or if you're feeling something else, if you're feeling a shoulder stand, you can safely come into it and you know your body and you don't have any injuries, you can lift hands to the hips, chin off the throat. Never compromise your body for a pose just because. Your body is your vehicle through this life. Care for it, nurture it, nourish it. I've got 5 more breaths or so. So if you feel some variations or some movements, maybe from shoulder to plow if you wish, you can come now. So just use this time to really tune into what your body is communicating to you, what it needs. Does it need more? Does it need less? And you slowly roll yourself back down. So if you did come to shoulder or plow, press hands, roll gently. And then just bend knees, lift hips. Let's all lift the hips and sit on our hands. Extend the legs long, point toes. And then press the back of the head into the earth, lift the heart, draw the elbows towards one another. And then bend the elbows so you can lift up into Asana, fish pose. Let the head hang back, open the throat. Vishuddhi chakra, whole front body open. Breathing in and out, arcing through that upper back area, that cervical spine, throat. And then a slow drawing of the chin to the chest, controlling that movement, and then coming gently back down. Bring the feet in towards buttocks, lift hips to remove the hands out wide, bring the palms up. And then just toe heel the feet maybe a little bit wider, and then just drop the knees like windshield wipers side to side. Oh, I forgot the twist on the other side. I just realized I forgot a little bit of a sequence. You might feel a little unbalanced. All right, drop the knees over to one side and just pause. And you'll just transition to the other side when you're called. If there's any variations, of course, please take them. Any twist variations, the left ankle, right ankle on left thigh. If you're twisting to the right. It's always a nice one to get into the side hip, side waist. And just notice the direction of the head. There's no right way. But if you do want to complete a spinal twist, it's turning in the opposite direction to the knees. And that way you get that full body twist. And once you feel equal and balanced in that twist through your spine, Just let yourself come back to center with any final movements. You can draw knees into chest, just rock a little through the spine, or some circles. And then just preparing for your final pose, Shavasana. If you want to grab something to pop on top of you, please grab a jumper or a blanket. But surrender, make minimal movement, just so you can really keep the energy flowing through you so you can witness it. So traditional Shavasana, legs extended, heels to the edges of your mat, feet come out or come up so I can speak to you. Arms heavy, palms face up, soft shoulders. Chin draws into the chest a little, lengthening the back of the neck. Eyes are gently closed. The jaw is soft, the tongue is soft in the mouth. Just noticing your breath, breathing in and out. We're going to add a count to our breath. So just going to inhale for a count of 4. Just exhale the breath for a count of 6. Just make the exhalation a little bit longer, using that exhalation to soften. Breath in for 4. Breath out is for 6. Just stay with that rhythm to feel softness of each of your muscles, releasing, surrendering. Keep the focus on the breath, particularly if thoughts come. Notice if you lose count of the breath, just without any judgment, come back to your breathing. Be here now, be in the essence of truth. Softening more and more physically, mentally. Scanning the body. Just consciously take 7 more breaths in for 4 and out for 6. When you've completed 7 breaths, just return the breath to what feels natural, which might still be that same count, perhaps, or it might change. Deepen the breath more and more so you bring conscious awareness back into your physical body and your surroundings. And just invite movement slowly into the fingers and the toes. And then let the wrists, the ankles move. And just reach your fingers and your toes away from one another. So stretch the arms back behind you. Take a yawn. Move a little side to side. And then draw the knees into the chest for a final squeeze of love and acknowledgement. And then just releasing the hands from the knees. Just roll over to one side, maybe moving the hips in the opposite direction, coming into a little fetal shape. Pausing there with eyes closed, feeling the earth. Once again, that sense of support and nurturing. Use your hands to press when you're ready into the earth, to come into a cross-legged seat. Just coming into that seat of meditation. And noticing the hips, the spine, the shoulders when you land. Crown as it lengthens. Back of the head as it gently presses back so the chin is not jutting forward. Bring the awareness to the space between your eyebrows and beyond. Feeling a light illuminating you from the inside. Coming back to your intention, adding to that. There's something that you'd like to add that you might have missed. That's something that might have come through. And then bring the palms together at the center of the chest, locking that prayer, that intention, that truth, right into that heart space. Take a bow with a little smile. And then with the chin towards the chest, bring the thumbs to the center of the eyebrows. And then bow to the earth, connecting back down. And namaste. Thank you for joining. Just bring the hands to the earth, root them down. And then just take your time to come back. You can stay seated. You can have a look around at the space. Everything might seem brighter and more vibrant. So here we are. Blessings. Thank you so much for being here. It makes my day, let me tell you, definitely.